Well, howdy, y'all. Come on in Libby's Kentucky Kitchen and let's get to cooking. I'll tell you what I got going on here. In this pot, I have, I think it's 3 huge chicken breasts. And I boiled it yesterday. I just boiled it with some salt and pepper and just a little bit of butter. So if you'll come and look down in my pot here, I'll show you what I got. You can see that butter on the top. So I just got it out of the refrigerator and stuck it on high because I want to get it warmed back up. I'm going to take the chicken out. We're going to make some dumplings. And I'm going to make a pan of cornbread to go with it. I've got my oven preheating at 425. But now before I put it in, I am going to... turn that temperature down, maybe 400 or 375, so it'll cook kind of fast. So I need to, I'm gonna wipe my burner off. I got something on it before I turn this one on. It'll be a smoking, won't it? All right, so I think we'll use this one. So this is heating up, and I'm going to let it heat up just a little bit, and then I'm going to take my chicken out and cut it up, and then we can put that back in after. So I have these kind of mats. They're kind of flexible, like this, but they're still a little stiff. So I've got that, and I can put those in the dishwasher, so that's why, I usually try to put meat on one of those. And I got those at... I think it was either Walmart or Big Lots, and it came in a set of 3. I got one more somewhere. It's a green one, I think it is. And they're nice because you can stick them in the dishwasher. I use that one or my white one when I'm doing meat. So I want this to warm up just a little bit so I'm not cutting up cold chicken. It'll be easier to get off the bone that way. I didn't even debone it or anything. But you can see, let me see if I can show you how big. So our oven is ready. Let me see if I can show you how big one of these things are. Look at that huge chicken breast. I don't know what they're feeding chickens nowadays, but it's so big it's scary. Ooh, I wouldn't want to come up against that chicken. So I have an iron skillet here that I'm going to put on my burner here. And I'm going to put in bacon grease. This is what I keep my bacon grease in. And so I'm going to put some bacon grease in there and let that be heating up. So about 2 to 3 tablespoons, something like that. Because see, I don't put oil in my cornbread. And because I don't put oil in it, it needs some oil. So it absorbs this and it gets that good bacon flavor. So I got my skillet on and I got it on medium heat. Now I'm going to show you, we got our bowl here. I'm going to show you how we're going to mix this up. Those are spices for our chicken and dumplings. Alright. So this is white lily cornmeal, and it's the hot rice cornmeal. Let's see if I can come over here a little closer where y'all can see me. Let's see if we can turn you down a little, and you can kind of see it. All right, there we go. That's better. So the way I do it is, and this is King Arthur, and this is all-purpose flour, just plain flour. It's not self-rising. So I'm going to put 1 cup of flour, and then I'm going to put 1 cup of cornmeal. And I have yellow and white cornmeal in here. We really like the white cornmeal, but I like a little bit of yellow in it too. So that's 1 cup of each. All right. And then to that, we're going to add because that was all-purpose flour, and we want this to rise. Y'all are kind of crooked. See if I can straighten you. We want it to rise, so we're going to put about a tablespoon, not quite full on a tablespoon, of baking powder. And this is just regular old baking powder. And then the milk, I usually don't measure this stuff. I just kind of pour it in, but I'll see if I can't try to measure it. Oh, and we need 2 eggs. Got to have 2 eggs. Oh, and I didn't break that into a bowl. My mama would kick my butt, wouldn't she? I did not break that egg into a bowl. What was I thinking? Alright. We're making chicken and dumplings and cornbread, baby. I know. Want to throw those away from me, please? Thank you. Alright. Now, my chicken is ready, so I need to get that out. Uh-oh, my skillet's ready. Hold on, I gotta get in a hurry here. Alright, so I'm gonna do this over here. You gonna stir? Alright, let's put in some, I'm gonna use some evaporated milk and some buttermilk. So we're gonna start with 1 cup of evaporated milk. So we're putting in 1 cup. Bring it over this way a little bit so they can see it, baby. No more. There you go. Alright, we're gonna start with 1 cup of evaporated milk. Our skillet is ready, and I'm going to take these chicken breasts out. I don't want them to get too smoking hot that I can't handle them and cut them up.
Didn't you already cook those?
Yeah, they're already cooked. I cooked them. I cooked them with salt and pepper and butter, and that's all I put on them. Salt and pepper and butter. Alright, we're going to need a little bit of buttermilk in there, baby.
Where's it at?
It's right over here. Hold on just 1 second and I'll get it for you. And now I'm going to, this has been on high, heating it up. So now I'm going to turn it down on about 7. Because we just want it to boil for our dumplings. And I'm going to set those right there. And I'll get back to them in just a minute. Now I just want to turn this down a little bit till we get our dumplings ready. Is that ready? Oh, you need some buttermilk. Alright, so now let's put, say, a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and we'll try that. Well, honey, it's buttermilk. That's what buttermilk is. There we go. We're already at a little bit of a boil, so it looks good. Let's see, how thin are we? Oh, you're still going to need a little more, ain't you? Let's try a little bit. Well, we'll do the buttermilk because we didn't put as much buttermilk. We're going to put a 1/4 cup this time because it doesn't need much. I usually don't measure this. I just dump it in, and if you measure it, that's just one more dish you have to wash, you know?
What is this even for?
Okay, so now this is ready. We're going to dump this in real quick. I got my skillet over here hot. It's not smoking, but it's hot enough. Oh, it didn't sizzle.
I'm going to go check on my mouse.
Okay, we're not going to have crunchy cornbread, are we? It'll be all right. It'll be crunchy enough. So now I'm going to turn my oven down a little bit to, oh, say 400. There we go. Now turn the oven down to 400. Oh, I just dripped on the floor. It's like I'll be mopping the floors tonight. And we're going to stick this. Let's see if you can see this. See that? I don't know if you can see that oil around the side. Now it'll absorb that oil. So, I mean, however much you put in there, you got to put some because there's no oil in the mix. But however much you put in there is how much you're going to be eating. There we go. I'm make one with little bacon bits on the top of it, a cornbread, and oh, that's a family favorite around here. All right, now we need to, let me wash this bowl out real quick. Huh? Well. All right, won't take but a second. I'll have this washed. Hold on, I'll be right back. You wash that stuff for me. All right. Now, okay, now we're gonna make dumplings. And you have a choice here. You can use all-purpose flour or you can use self-rising flour. It depends on what kind of dumplings you like. I like fluffy dumplings, not hard, slick dumplings. So this is your choice. You can use canned biscuits, and I've done that as a shortcut. Just take canned biscuits, cut them in quarters, throw them in, and you're good to go, if that's what you want to do. But we are going to mix up some dumplings. So, I'm going to use self-rising flour for that. Okay? Because that's what I like. I need another measuring cup. I don't want to stick that one that had the milk in it down in there. And there's 1 cup.
Again, flour on me.
2 cups. Let's do another half. 2.5 cups. Alright.
We got.
Now, I'm going to put some more bacon grease in it instead of putting shortening this time. You can put whatever it is you want to put, you can put it. But I'm going to put some bacon grease in mine. It has to have some kind of oil. So about say an egg's worth of oil. You can use shortening, you can use regular oil, you can use anything you want to use. But we're sticking with the bacon grease theme tonight. Alright. My nose itches. I just touched my nose. I'm trying to get that off of that. There you go. Wonderful. Can you come this way just a hair so they can see a little more? They can't really see it. Alright. So now we're going to add some buttermilk. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you on that. You just got to mix it till the consistency is right. Maybe I should have tried to measure it for you. But that was about 1/2 cup that I put in there.
Boy, you delusional.
About 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup is what I put in.
Whole cup.
You think it was? You think it was a whole cup? All right, so now we're going to put, that's a half.
Was half.
All right, another half, because they got to get a lot thinner than that. Okay, that was about a 3/4.
No, that was a whole cup.
Was it? That should be enough. If it isn't, we'll use the milk for the rest of it, because I am almost out of buttermilk, and I want to have biscuits in the morning.
What is tomorrow morning?
Saturday.
Today's Saturday.
Tomorrow's Saturday. Yay! It's Friday night, and for Friday night dinner, we are having chicken and dumplings and cornbread.
Chicken and dumplings go bird.
We're having yard bird. That's what we're having. We're having yard bird. Don't look at me all silly like that.
I just rescued not a bird, a mouse.
Yeah, I found a little teeny tiny baby mouse out there on our porch, and it was still alive. So Susie decided she's going to rescue it, and she's feeding it with the little dropper, and
it's still alive.
It's still alive. So far, so good.
But I have to wake up like every hour tonight. So.
Where's my little scooper? And I tell you how I do it, and it's easy and quick, is I use my little scooper. And the trick to dumplings is you put your, whatever you're going to use, you put it down in the water.
You might
okay?
get your hand in there.
And that way they don't stick so bad. Let me show you the consistency that we're looking for. It's thinner than biscuits, but it will like almost hold on a spoon. Okay, you see that? Like, you kind of have to shake it to get it to fall off, right? And if there's a few little lumps in it, it doesn't matter.
It's flour.
It's flour. It's going to have some lumps. So, let me see if I can pull you guys over here so you can see down in the pot and see what is going on here. I don't think it won't go down any further. That's about as good as I'm going to get. And y'all went for a ride.
I'll be back.
Okay. Y'all went for a ride. I'm going to have to get a different setup here for my phone. Anyways, back to what we were doing. I'm getting my scooper wet, and I'm going in here, and I'm just scooping one out and dumping it. Same thing. Scooping one out and dumping. And you just keep doing that. And I put it all the way down in there so that it keeps my scooper wet. And you'll have some little tiny ones that come off. Like, can you see this one? That's just a little bitty piece that came off. And so this is going to get really good and thick. And some people put salt and pepper in their dumplings. Yeah, I mean, I usually don't. I have. But I just make sure that my broth is seasoned real well. And we're going to season it more. You know, I probably could do that before I get all the dumplings in. So just a few dumplings don't get all the seasoning. So this is just Lowry seasoned salt. Let's see, I can try to measure it. Let's see. Kind of go around. I'm going to try about 1/2 tablespoon because this doesn't have any season in it at all. And I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder, probably about, I'm going to say just maybe a teaspoon. You know a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So I'm going to put about 1/3 full. Can you see that? And of onion powder. That's the powder, not the salt. And this is poultry seasoning. I think that'll go really well with it. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in. A little bit got off, so. But I'm going to put just about a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. And we're going to have to check for the saltiness now, because you got to remember these dumplings don't really have any flavor to them. You know, they're just dough is all they are, right? So I'm going to, and see, I normally don't stir them like this because they fall apart. If you stir them as soon as you put them in, they just go and it all becomes mush. But that's okay because I got more. Uh-oh, I'm losing my boil. Let me turn it up a little bit and get it back boiling good. Because we want, you know, as you put it in, these dumplings cool the water down because you just put cold milk in it and a cold egg. And so it cools the water down. You know, it would work better if everything was room temperature. But, you know, I'm like everybody else. I just come in from work and we got to have supper, so this is what we're doing. So we're back to a boil again. And if you don't have a spot to put it, you can just kind of rake that over like that. And the new ones that you put in, they'll go straight to the bottom, and then they'll pop back up. Once I get all these in here, you know, I'll cook them probably about 10 minutes, something like that. And I have mine on about medium high is what I have it on, because you want to keep it at a boil. Just a real low, just enough you can see those bubbles coming up in between the dumplings. Like I said, I don't remember what it was I was fixing. I was fixing something, and I said, well, I already got my kitchen dirty. I'm going to boil this chicken. And that way, when I come in tomorrow night, all that part will be done because the chicken was frozen. You know, so I just boiled it real slow for, I don't know, probably 2.5 hours. A long time. And I want to show you guys something. As soon as I get this done, I'm going to show y'all something. I'm almost done. Almost done. Almost done. I hope y'all are having a good meal on this Friday night when you come in. I know a lot of people go out and eat on Friday nights. You know, that's their thing or whatever. Go have pizza. And we used to do that. Go have a pizza. And every now and then we'll do that on Sundays after we come in from church and we don't want to do anything. I know y'all can't even see me, can you? I want to try to make sure y'all see what's going on here. This is the important thing, not seeing me. So, you know, we do get pizza sometimes. And what's limited in our little community, it's not, we're not in a very big town. We're in a little small town, but we do have a Papa John's. All right. So now there it is. Let me see if I can pull you guys over here so you can see what's going on. And I don't want to stir them too much, but I'll kind of show you. See? Can you see? If you stir them too much, they break up. See how they break up when you stir them? And you can see how the bubbles are coming up right here and here and here. That's kind of what you want. You don't want a hard rolling bowl. You just kind of want a nice, soft simmer, I guess. Just a little bit more than a simmer. Something like that. All right. And so they'll just have to cook for, and I don't cover them. I just leave them like this. And I'll wait about 5 minutes, and I'll taste them. And if it gets to boiling too hard, you can just turn it down. All right, so I want to show you guys these. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed these, the things that I keep my oil in. You see them? They're really old. They're old antiques. This one is canola oil, and this one is olive oil. And they have these little glass lids that you pull off. Can you see the little lid? And it just sits right back down in there. See that? And like I said, they're old antiques and they're set. And Mama would keep these. They were Mama's. She would keep those in the refrigerator. Y'all just barely seeing the top of my head, ain't you? Let's see. There we go. That's better. She kept them in the refrigerator because if we had something like fish or something like that, she liked to put vinegar on hers. And so that's what she did. She put vinegar on them. And that was her little vinegar containers. I think, you know, one's supposed to be for oil and one's supposed to be for vinegar. I guess, like, if you wanted to make your own vinaigrette dressing. And all I'm doing here is I'm just going down and I'm getting a little bit of juice and kind of just putting it on top of all of them, some of the last ones that I put in. Because, you know, those first ones I put in, they were already cooking and cooked for a few minutes before I got these other ones in there. But mine is this one it's real thick. You know, sometimes I fix them. If I fix those slickums, you know, where you roll them out and you do all that, because sometimes I do that. But we just like them this way better. I almost didn't have enough broth. I should have. And I'm sitting here yakking. And I'm supposed to be working on chicken, right? Make sure that's cool. Alright, and I need a little bowl to put my scraps in. I don't know if this one's big enough or not, but we'll try. And so we just, you know, these breasts were bone in. And they had the skin on them as well. So I got to make sure and get all those little bones out of there. And all that, you know, the gristle, the skin, and all that kind of stuff. All that needs to come off. And then we got that good, solid white meat. We got another bone right here. You just got to make sure you get all those little bones out. But here's what you got when you get it done, you know. I mean, that's a huge breast. And I'm thinking that I may not need. Now, you can cut this up or you can shred it. You can do it however you want. We like big chunks of chicken, and so I usually just pull it apart and stick it in there just like this. You know, you can chop it if you want to chop it. And I've got my knife right there. I could chop it. I think I'll turn this back down just a hair because it's boiling pretty hard. I want to try to get it done so you guys can see it. And I can show you how I test to see if a dumpling is done. I almost didn't have enough juice. It's going to be kind of dry this time. That's okay. I like to crumble up cornbread in mine. That's how I like to do it. I crumble up the cornbread, you know, just like any other soup. Then I put my cornbread in. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all think I need all that chicken in there? We do like a lot of chicken though. But that's a lot. And like I said, you know, I took those breasts, I had them in the freezer, caught them on sale, and I just took them out and put them in water, about a half a stick of butter, and I put about a half to 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt for each breast because they're so big, you know. So I don't know how much that is. I'll add it up. I just figured I'd put, you know, a half a teaspoon for each breast. So that's whatever that is. Oh, there's another little bone. Always that one little bone in there that I mess around and about forget. So I just kind of shred our chicken. And I think I'm going to save that other breast. Let me wash my hands. I'm making chicken and dumplings and cornbread. Ooh, our cornbread looks so good, so good. Yum, yum, it's gonna be good. I wish y'all was here. Now I'm gonna stir this and get that chicken down in there so that it'll all get good and hot. And let me see, can you see how thick this is? And that's the way we like it. See how thick it is? That dumpling just fell apart. They are done. Look at that. Let me see if I can pull one out of here and I can show you. Like I said, I like ours fluffy. I like fluffy dumplings. Let me fix y'all. Okay. Now, let me pull a dumpling up out of here. Alright. Put it over that bowl in case I drop it. So, if you cut it open, can you see? Oh! I didn't even have it up there when I cut it. I'm sorry. So you cut it open and you can see it's just like a white biscuit on the inside. And it's loaded with chicken. And I have to get my cornbread out because it's done. And this is done. Let me get a hot pad.
When is that going to be done?
It's done, baby.
Already?
It's done. Already.
I can eat it
Ooh,
while
look at that
watching
cornbread.
stream.
Let me show you how I'm going to flip that baby out of there. Grab a plate. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a metal plate. And this back burner back here, because I have my oven on, it'll stay hot. So I'm going to put my cornbread on here on this metal plate. And I keep this metal plate just for that. And flip it out and we got cornbread. And can you hear it? It's nice and crunchy. And it's not greasy feeling where I had the oil or anything on it. So I'm going to stick it right back there. I'm going to turn my oven off. And we are going to eat cornbread. And chicken dumplings. And I'm gonna take this breast and I think I'm gonna make some chicken salad. And when I do that, I'll get back on here and show you guys how I make chicken salad. And we'll have that in the refrigerator for the weekend. So if anybody wants I stopped and got a loaf of bread yesterday. And we have some wraps in the refrigerator. So over the weekend, if anybody wants anything to eat, there it is. Now you have to watch because your dumplings will, when they get this thick and this this hot and falling apart like that, they will stick. They'll scorch for sure. And I'm gonna give those a taste real quick. And make sure they got enough salt and enough pepper and all that kind of stuff. Let me get a little bit more. There we go. It's hot. Oh my goodness. I love those fluffy dumplings. It's very good. It doesn't need any more seasoning of any kind. Just what I put in there. And it is good. It's got great flavor. So that's what we're having for supper on a Friday night. Is chicken and dumplings and cornbread. So I wish you guys a wonderful weekend. And I hope y'all stay safe and have some fun. And if you don't have a church to go to, ours is New Beginning Baptist Church in Bardstown. NBBC on Facebook, the abbreviations for it. I always have to stop and think about it. NBBC, okay, in Bardstown, Kentucky. We're in Claremont Drive. If you can watch on Facebook, I think there's a YouTube maybe, but Facebook for sure, or come in person. We would love to have you. It'd be wonderful. All right, you guys be safe. Have a blessed weekend. Bye.